Hello, everybody. Welcome to live Reiki meditation with two kick butt, I would say Reiki mistresses instead of masters. I decided to use the feminine version. So, Robin, you introduce yourself first.
Hi, everyone. Robin Bornstein here. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, and I'm Helen Chin Liu. I thank you so much for joining us. We've been doing this now for, I would say, 14 months. It started off as podcasts to keep everyone's, I would say, spirits uplifted during the beginning of COVID. And now that we've been doing this for 14 months, now I'm like, wow, there's a lot of things that we could talk about, various aspects of spirituality that people are interested in. And I really want you to feel free to jump in, talk with us. We value your opinion. We want to grow a community of healers. And so here we are. And Robin's become a really, I call kick butt meditation facilitator. So she's been.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we're going to probably break away and do meditation probably about 20, 25 minutes. So this is a snippet that what we are talking about. And I thought what will be a great subject is to talk about spiritual abundance. How do you attract abundance to you? And so many of us, we talk about, we are aware of financial abundance. And as I was saying to Robin, there's so many variations of abundance. And the thing is, everyone's definition of abundance is very different.
Very different. I mean, people value different things, and we all don't value or appreciate the same things.
Yeah, and the more and because I've been on this journey for the last 20 years, I find spiritual abundance is in some ways more important than financial abundance. Yes, we need financial abundance. And I think, in my opinion, it's tied into your spirituality. Hi, Vanessa. So,
Hi, Vanessa. And I believe too that, abundance is important financially because we want a roof over our head. We want nice warm socks when it's cold, right? We want food on the table. We want to be able to pay our bills and not be stressed out. Abundance is important. However, if you have the right mindset and you're in touch with your spirituality and, you get to a point where, material things aren't that important. It's nice to have stuff. It's nice to have pretty things. Like, it's nice to be able to do the things you want to do. But if you're not happy,
exactly,
happy internally, if that internal light where you're focusing on your gratitude,
exactly,
and then you are going to find a reason to be unhappy. You could be living on the most gorgeous island in Hawaii, looking out at the ocean every day and be miserable. So, there are people, and some people, you can get into that vicious cycle of being in that mindset. So it's a mindset. Don't you agree, Helen?
Yeah, and one of the things that I swear lately, I have had a lot of young people under the age of 25 come in to look for healing services at the healing place. I don't think I've ever seen so many kids under the age of 25 really stressed and anxious. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm going to talk about these kids, most of them that come to are privileged children. They have never hungered for anything. They get pretty much anything and everything. They have a plan B, plan C, and that fails. They got parents that's standing right there saying, hey, let me catch you. And yet they are so crushed when they don't get their way because they're into instant gratification. I snap my fingers but this is a trigger finger, so I can't snap anymore. Sorry. And so I'm thinking, what happened to being resilient? Where's those skills? Where have they gone?
That is such a great question, Helen. I think there are a lot of people suffering because they don't have those skills. And are they skills that can be learned? I believe so. I believe that you can build your resilience skills.
Mm-hmm.
You may need to work with a therapist or a coach, and you may need to set healthy boundaries with, people in your life. And that's something that needs to be sometimes taught as well, because that's not easy to do. But I think you're right, Helen. There's something missing, especially when you have all the creature comforts that you need to succeed. But then you have, like you said, these kids are stressed out. And I do believe a lot of it is fear-based, because of what's happening in our world right now. I mean, imagine these kids are growing up with hearing about climate change and with a pandemic, and you have to, if you're not a 4.0, you're not going to get into a good school, which I have to tell you, that's not true, people. So
no, it's not true.
That's not true. So I think, people are just so competitive, and sometimes that can come from the parents. Sometimes parents, they have the best intentions, but they do too much for their children.
Way too much. And so here I am. I'm trying to help this young woman to recognize her stuckness. This is really, in order to attract abundance, you got to get out of your own way.
Yes, that's a big theme for me.
Yeah, you got to get out. Oh, yeah. And I've been encouraging Robin. Oh, my gosh. I've been pulling her through the spiritual
my own butt.
Yeah, pulling her through the spiritual mud for the last 10 years. But you know what, Robin? I'm very proud of how far you've come.
Thank you.
10 years ago, she would never think of it, doing what she's doing today.
Oh, yeah, I would never be on this. I would never put myself out here live.
Okay, so let me give you some thoughts. I want you to really think about what keeps us stuck. And you could give us a hands up. If you agree with, just give us a hands up. First of all, it's the same repetitive thoughts, and they're usually negative thoughts. That's number one. So you're repeating the same thing. And number two, depending on somebody else to manifest their dreams for us, because we don't want to put in the work. So we're going, okay, maybe someone will just drop this opportunity in our laps. And then what happens is you don't have the skill set to maintain it and grow it. Number three, here's a good one. Being too dependent on spirit guides to help us. And we constantly are repeating, asking for help. But then again, we sabotage ourselves and then don't do anything about it. So if you're one of those people who constantly say, spirit guides, I need help. And your spirit guides are probably gone, oh man, she's asking for the same thing again.
And that's such a great subject, because a lot of people do pray, and they pray and they pray, but then they don't get out of their own way. You need to actually, if there's something you're praying for, and sometimes there are things that you pray for that, we don't have control over.
True.
A lot of things, but there are things that we can make progress.
And there's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot that we can control. But the thing is, you're going to develop the backbone to make the change.
Yes.
Because this is one of the things that I was saying to the young lady last night is the universe wants to see you succeed. It really does. And it will give you every single tool, but they will not do the work for you. All right. I make that very clear, because I told her, let's say you want to elevate to whatever level, whatever your heart's desire. The way I describe it, let's say you're on this plateau right now and you want to elevate to here. You have to have the skills to come here and to stay here. If you don't have it here, you're not going to have it here. So that's the reason why abundance is fleeting, because there has to be some plan, but you can't have the attachment. You're going to get it. You're going to chase it until you get it. Because what happens a lot of time when you start to chase, you become very fragmented in your energy, and you got a piece here, piece of your soul's over here, because we talk about souls. And also there's nothing that has gel, because here wants this desire, this other part of you want this desire. So there's a disconnect.
And then once you do, say you do make it to where it is you're trying to get to, and because you're so fragmented, you can't stay there. And then you get there and you're not happy with what you have. So it's important to do the work, take the steps. Hard work pays off, and it makes you feel good.
Yes.
Makes you feel good.
And another thing too, once you get there, you got to recognize every single step. You got to extend your arm, give yourself a pat on the back. Every single step, it's a must that you acknowledge.
Yes.
Show gratitude. And really recognize that instead of making excuses why you didn't get there, develop a plan. And Robin, you've done that. You've developed a plan. I've watched you over the last 10 years. Every step you took, I hope I didn't push you too much, Robin.
No. You were perfect. I definitely am grateful that I have Helen in my life, because she's definitely helped me along my journey with my spirituality, and you've been an amazing teacher. And I really wish everyone could have a mentor. I wish everyone could find that person in their life that has, you can have that balance and that nice, someone just gently being, you got to do this next, or, just that gentle nudge,
gentle nudge.
Yeah, to push you along, because we all need help. That's my big theme. We all need help.
And exactly. Even as though when people look at me and they said, well, Helen, you're so much further along. And I said, not really. I just happen to get up more often than you do. That's all.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I just get up. I just keep getting up.
Yes. And when I actually, I think I might have mentioned this a few weeks ago. You really need to map out, like if you have a goal, spiritual goal, work goal, whatever the goal is, any goal. You're on a diet. You need to make a plan. You need to have actionable plans to get there. And you need to map it out. You need to write it out. You need to have a journal. I just printed out this journal right here. It's a gratitude journal that somebody sent to me. You need to map it out. Even your gratitude. Recognizing the things that we're happy about, or recognizing the things that we're grateful for, and turning around, patting ourselves on the back, and recognizing our progress. And the progress may be really slow, and that's okay.
That's okay.
But acknowledge that you're going in the right direction.
Yeah. So one of the things that this young lady was really frustrated, she wants this and this and this. And I was really point blank with her.
Good. That's you have to be.
just like a mom. And I said to her, why do you think you deserve this? How have you earned what you are asking for? How have you earned it?
What was her response?
Oh, I got a lot of eye rolling. And I asked that of anybody. Yeah, because when, this is my opinion, because when some people are so privileged, they're so used to that silver platter. So energetically, material-wise, let's say they get what they want, maybe they want a yellow pen. I don't know. But how do you keep the yellow pen? That's the thing. Let's say you achieve your goals, but you really don't have the skill set to keep it with you. The maintenance is really hard on this spiritual journey. Just when you think you got it, all of a sudden the universe says, let's test you to see what you're made out of. Let's knock you down. And let's see how quickly you get up.
And those tests are
Brutal.
brutal, but we can all rise to the occasion and face those challenges and do something about it. I like to think, it's always fun to sit in the poor me moments every once in a while. We all, yeah, but don't stay there. Get out of your own way and be like, okay, yeah, so today sucked, but tomorrow's going to be better. That's one thing I have to say. Like, I have to say, I'm gonna say something really nice about my husband, which if people know me here, I can complain about him every once in a while. Yeah, exactly. But he has this amazing way of seeing things. The glass is always half full, and every day is a new day, and it's amazing considering all the stuff that he's gone through health-wise.
Yeah.
And business-wise over the past year with the pandemic, and how he can still be happy.
That amazes me. And I know your husband too.
And even through radiation and chemo and everything else, happy, like amazing. Like the stuff, it's just like, so having that mindset is amazing. I mean, it's been a lesson and a journey in watching that as well. So I have to say, that, when you do achieve what you want, or if there are people sitting around, if you're unhappy, do something about it. Ask for help. Call your best friend. Call your biggest cheerleader, and ask for help. I'm stuck. I'm thinking in this bad thought process. Another great tip, Helen. What do you do? You love to go for walks. You'd love to get out.
I love to walk, but most importantly, I follow through.
Yes.
And the harder the project, the harder I work to achieve that goal.
Mm-hmm.
And why? All my life, okay, I haven't told you this, Robin.
Okay.
Growing up, I had a learning deficit. I probably have seen things, dyslexia, of course.
Dyslexia, yeah.
Yes. And I have a tough time hearing words, pronouncing them correctly. Reading was always difficult. So they put a title on me. They really did. And I worked really hard to overcome my deficiencies, if you want to call them that. In fact, I only learned how to write since I've had the business. So within only the last 10 years, at the age of 55, I learned how to write. And I've written 2 books.
Yes. 2 books, yes.
2 books, maybe 3. I lose track.
Actually, I think you're up to 4 now. I think you've got.
I don't know. At this point, I don't even know. But the point is, I didn't let anybody's title stop me from being who I thought I was.
Mm.
So that inner strength got to come from somewhere.
Where was the switch for you? Like, where were you able to? Because you're so persistent and you do follow through, and you make things happen. You write the books, you write the lessons, the classes that you have that you've created. When do you think you had that switch? Like 10 years ago, 12? I mean, you've been in business for more than that, Helen. I think you've been in business for 15 years now?
15 years this September.
So when do you think you just took that leap?
10 years ago, when I had a conversation with God, every January, I have a big meeting with him. I'm going to assume it's a him. He and we sit down together and we etch out what we're going to do for the year.
I love that.
And I talk to him all the time, but we have only one big meeting. And that year, he said to me, "Are you ready, Helen?" I went, "Oh." The big F-bomb came out, and I realized who I was talking to. I said, "Ready for what?" He says, "Are you ready to be seen?" I said, "By whom?" He says, "Are you ready to go global?" I went, "Oh, shit." Oh, did I say that? I had to do the goof button if I was still in radio. And he says, We will help you to go global. I want you to write a book. I want you to start doing live presentations. And I went, oh man, I was shaking in my pants. And because I got direct orders, I hired a business coach to get me there. That's when I had no money. And my husband said to me at the time, he says, why do you need a business coach? I didn't have to have a business coach to grow my business. And I said, but dear, you've been doing it 25 years longer than I have at this moment. So I took a leap of faith. I borrowed money from my family, hired a business coach. And then the following year, I increased my income by 30%.
Amazing.
I probably have never worked so hard when I was not, but I took that and she says, I want you to start, I'm going to help you start schedule public speaking. So that's what you call spiritual abundance, where even though when you're terrified, you take that leap of faith and do it anyways.
And you've been in, before the pandemic, you were doing a lot of speaking. You were getting out there. You were doing not webinars, because that's what we do now, but you were actually out there on, stage. Didn't you do that once a year? I know you did that.
Yeah, several times.
Yeah, did that. You had like 100 people in the audience, if not more.
And I was terrified. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going, who am I to do this? I have a Chinese Bostonian accent, I'm a little funny on that side, but I was really terrified because I put myself in a box. And when I learned to tear the box down, that's when the abundance came. And look at you, Robin, you tore the box down.
I know. I'm really, it's funny. I actually, you'd be proud of me, Helen. I made some steps this week. I'll tell you offline, but I sent a few emails out. I've been doing, slowly progressing and making plans. And it took me a long time. Like, I knew I needed to send that email for probably 6 months now. And I finally did it today. So I don't know what finally got out of my way, but I did it.
No, it doesn't matter when you do it, as long as you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're the only one who's captain of your time.
Yes.
Nobody is like putting a fire under your butt and say, okay, you need to do this. I just keep urging you, Robin. I've never put a fire under your butt because I am accompanying you on your journey. This is your journey. It's not mine.
Yes. And I have to say, you've been very, very, very helpful and patient and knowing how to, mentor me along. It's been amazing. Maybe that's something you need to do next. Maybe you need to you're too busy, but you're teaching these classes, but you have this amazing way of being able to coach people and getting them to where they need to be. You know how to create the roadmap. You know how, that's your class on spirituality is that roadmap for getting people to a certain place of feeling that in that they have abundance within, that they have that light shining within.
And I think this is what we could do for everybody. All I do, people ask me, what is my secret? All I do is give you choices, because we're so trapped in our thoughts. We think there's only one way of doing something, and that's not true.
Oh, there's
give choices. The choice is going to scare the hell out of you, but then you're growing.
Yes, and it's actually when you're feeling stuck and when you need to make a decision, or you feel that there's only one avenue to go, that's when you need you really need to, when you get in that mindset that there's only one way to think or one way to go or one way to do things, you need to stop and look around you at everybody or just look around you, step out of your shoes, put your feet in somebody else's shoes, and see how else you can get things done, right?
Yeah.
See how else people look at things.
Yeah, and maybe this is what we could talk about next week. we could talk about your community, who builds you up and who tries to tear you down. And this is something really important because, especially as a healer or you're very empathic, you have a tendency to want to help everybody. And that's not humanly possible. I'm sorry.
You cannot.
You know? And then, like Vanessa says, she's struggling to utter a word right now. Oh, thank you. See, we both have such an incredible gift. Yes, this is what we want to do, is really awaken the healer within you. Because even though Robin and I are experienced, anyone could do this work. This is what I tell people all the time. I am not above anybody. I may be further down the road. I still fall down, but I get up. And again, I just get up more than most people do. And no is the only one that puts a no on me is me. Not my husband, it's me. Mm-hmm. Because this work will bring up insecurities. I'm going to tell you that right now. And that's a reason why I created First Step to Your Spiritual Journey. It's a 17-part course, especially when you're about to begin your awakening process. Mm-hmm. And you don't know how or where to begin. And all of a sudden you find yourself alone.
And that can be scary. And there's no need to be, no need to not continue on your journey.
No.
You need help. You need to be coached. You need to find out what's available to you mm-hmm. in order to progress in your world, in your life, in your community, within yourself, and to feel good, right? You want to feel good inside. You want to find that light inside. So you need to, people, you don't need to. You want to.
Yeah, it's true.
You want to work on these things.
And people think that the road to enlightenment is easy. No, it's not. Sometimes it's just downright sucks.
Exactly. Somebody just wrote something. We have somebody. Hi, Wade.
Hi, Wade.
The first step to self-healing is to open yourself and learn to listen to the messages from within. Nobody externally can understand your personal journey. 100%.
True.
That's so true. It is. It's an inside job. Happiness, healing. It's an inside job.
Yeah. And what I was telling this young lady yesterday, the work that we are on, especially on the spiritual journey, we are alone. You could have a whole community, and I pray that you have support, but you're on this journey alone. It's you and your naked truth.
It's true. And I think a lot of people sometimes, especially if you're in a relationship, like Helen and I have both been married forever, right? We've been, and I think,
and we've gone from lifetime to lifetime with the same guy.
And you have to realize that even though you're on this path and you may be living under the same roof with someone, they're not on the same spiritual journey as you. And you should never expect anyone to be on the same spiritual journey as you. I mean, we're all going, you may read the same books, but you may pray the same way, but what's going on internally is your own personal beautiful place. And you don't have to expect everyone else to understand where you are or what you're doing. And that's okay. Like, you need to feel good about where you are, and you don't have to expect everyone else to be in the same place as you.
Yeah. And this is where confidence comes in. You have to believe without a shadow of a doubt, you know your journey. And you could pause, but the journey will not go away.
That's true. That's true. You may take a break from, scheduling classes or reading books, or hopefully you don't take a break from saying your daily blessings and thanking the universe for everything that you're grateful for. But that's a practice, just like meditation. You want to do that daily. But sometimes you do have to take a step back, take a breath. But, always getting back on that spiritual path to find that inner happiness, to find that inner light within you.
Yeah. Well, Robin, I think this is a good time to do like a meet and greet, like do a little short meditation.
Yeah, we've been chatting away here. So
we can chat for hours. Robin and I,
we could be on for 3 hours.
Well, we're old souls that I believe Robin and I have known each other for many lives. So it's just a continuation from lifetime to lifetime.
Yes, I agree. So everyone who's
I'm
here,
going to heat up my hands.
if you're sitting in a chair like me, I'm sitting in this chair. I need a new office chair, guys. I inherited this. This is an old gaming chair from my son. I need a new chair.
That's okay, but
Exactly.
you know,
It
I'm
works.
gonna let Robin. I'm going to feature Robin. I'm going to have my hot hands going. Hey, Robin, say a prayer, a little blessing to that your buddy.
Yes, I've been a mom from my town. She actually moved to the town next door, but she's an amazing person. She has a great energy and personality and presence, and she's got this larger than life energy. She's just so cool. She's been struggling in the hospital with COVID, and so we'll send her some Reiki energy healing so that she's actually recovering. She's doing well, but she has a ways to go. So we'll send her some Reiki energy. But whoever's here, if you're lying down, get as comfortable as possible. And just adjust your body if you need to. If you're sitting up, get as comfortable as possible. Rest your palms on your lap in front of you. If you're lying down, just turn your hands up with your palms facing up. Relax your shoulders. And taking a nice deep inhale. Inhale and exhale. Gently close your eyes. Again, taking another nice deep inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. And one more time, a nice big inhale and exhale. Now continue breathing nice and slowly, nice and normally through your nose. If you're suffering from allergies, it's that time of year, then if you need to, it's okay to breathe through your mouth. I want you to be as comfortable as possible. Relax your shoulders. Feel the weight of your body. Allow the weight of your body to relax deeper. Notice the rise and fall of your chest with each inhale and exhale. Remember, it's perfectly normal to have thoughts going through your mind during meditation. If your mind is too busy, bring your attention back to the air flowing in and out of your nose, and pay attention to the temperature of the air flowing in and out of your nose. If at any time during meditation you need to take a deep inhale and exhale, that's okay. Listen to your body. Pay attention to your breathing. Notice your feet. We are going to connect our energy through our feet to the gravity that is around us, connecting us with Mother Earth. So I want you to notice, how are your feet feeling? Are they warm? Do you feel a little chilly? Now I want you to imagine that your feet are stepping into a warm, warm water. The water's not deep. It's just warm water. Perhaps you're standing outside on a summer day. The grass is a little wet. It's warm. The sun is coming down on you, warming your body. Do you notice the soles of your feet? And I want you to bring into your imagination that the soles of your feet are growing roots and connecting with the ground beneath you. It's holding you and connecting you with Mother Earth. You still can move about, but you have this deep-rooted connection with the earth. And these roots go deep into the earth and they spread out, connecting you to everything that is here within Mother Earth. Your roots go far. They stretch out and they go down deep into the earth. Bring to mind a tree root that you have noticed in your lifetime. The roots go all throughout the ground. They can break through the sidewalks. They can break through a wall. And your roots that are connected here on the earth are stretching and growing. Notice your breathing. And feel your feet again. Feel how your roots are holding on. They're holding you and keeping you safe. They're keeping you grounded. They are allowing you to grow and to change and to move through whatever blocks are put in your way. You have the strength, you have the power within you to stretch and to grow like the roots of an old oak tree. You can keep growing and moving and being. Now take a nice deep inhale in and out. Again, another nice deep inhale in and out. Now breathe nice and slowly, nice and normally. Bring your attention back to your feet and bring back your roots from where you've traveled across the earth. Slowly bring the energy into the soles of your feet, knowing that you are always connected with the earth at all times. Wiggle your toes and feel the energy coming back up into your body, and adjust your hips, wiggle your back, roll your shoulders, and just move your neck slightly. Drop your chin to your chest, and then back to center. Taking another nice deep inhale in and out. Wiggle your fingers. Rest your hands. Rest your eye muscles. And slowly open your eyes and come back to the room.
That was incredible, Robin.
Thank you for joining us. And that was, I think I did what, maybe a 12-minute meditation. That's all it takes, guys. You can do
That's
this.
all it takes. I think I could feel the universe in me during that meditation. And I'm hoping everybody has felt some part of you in this. But I hate to jump in. I just want to do a couple of quick notes. Next week, I think there's a great subject, if you're in agreement, is let's talk about what do narcissistic people, what do they do to empaths? We're going to start talking about how to prevent narcissistic people from eating our spirit and our guys. I really talk about boundaries. That's
Yes.
1. 2, check out 17-part First Step to Your Spiritual Journey. 3, and my last one, and then if you have one, Robin, just for your information, proceeds from my book, Know Your Chakras. Every month I make a donation. I call it pay it forward. So the proceeds that I make on the book, this in April, we donated to Feeding America because I hate seeing anybody go hungry. So even though it's not a tremendous amount of money, but I want to do my help to help everybody to pay it forward.
Yes, that's
Robin, anything that you would like to share on your meditations?
Yes, and thank you so much for staying and listening to the meditation. And remember that you can do a grounding meditation any time of the day, wherever you are, any place, just by bringing in that visualization of connecting your roots with Mother Earth and paying attention to your breathing. And whether you have 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 10 minutes, or an hour, you don't have to listen to a guided meditation. There's lots of them out there, but you can do your own sitting in gratitude practice, or listen to people, find my old meditations, come back and join us. But you can do this, and I highly recommend it. I think it will help bring your gratitude practice to the next level.
Yes. So here's my propaganda. Please like, share, follow, subscribe, and become part of all of our community.
Yes.
The community.
Join us. And reach out to us during, in between these little episodes that we do every Tuesday night. Reach out, ask us questions. If there's a subject you want us to discuss, we will bring that into the discussion. And maybe one day we can even bring a guest on. We can.
Whoa, that will be so cool.
Fun. If anyone here wants to join us one week, let us know. We'll have fun. Let's just have fun.
We'll just have fun. And I promise you, it won't be scary. Robin and I never practice any of this. This is just straight from our heart.
We wing it.
That's it. All right. Be well, be healthy, be safe.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Wade. That sounds